If you have seen my video reviewing all the films in Dead by Daylight, this is not that. I am not prepared. It's been a long time since I've seen most of these films. I do not have criticisms and praises ready to go. A lot of these films I don't remember much of.
Whoopsie. RIP the start of your video.
We are now recording. I put Chicken Run in B because it's a pretty good film, but it wasn't anything special, you know? I enjoyed it. B is a I enjoyed it tier. Ooh. Okay. Dead Right? Pretty good film. I'd put it above Chicken Run. It's nowhere near the quality of his later works, though. I mean, it's a student film, of course it's not.
Yeah.
Next up was Priscilla, which was a biopic about Elvis Presley's wife, Priscilla Presley.
Was it good?
It was an interesting film. I'm gonna put it in between Dead Right and Chicken Run. I liked it, but it felt like it ended at quite an odd moment. The next one is Gladiator.
Oh. Was it good?
I don't remember a single thing that happened in it. As soon as I watched it, I forgot all about it. So next up is Beekeeper, starring Jason Statham.
Don't know who that is.
He's bald and angry and British.
Oh. Nice.
It was just like, it's a John Wick type film, you know? You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know, it was alright. I want to spread things out more, so I'm going to put it at the top of C. Next up is Mean Girls, the 2024 one, the musical.
I heard it was terrible.
I liked the music.
Yeah.
And my god, Renee Rapp.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't fault it. I can't fault it. It was like, what do you do? How can you fault a movie that has Renee Rapp? Next up is Mamma Mia.
Yo.
I mean, I like ABBA music. It was fun. It was just a fun ride. It's not a quality film, but it was a fun one. At the top of B. Now, the next film, I was surprised to find out, I don't think this film made quite the waves in America like it did over here.
Oh, what movie?
I assume you've heard of Saltburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched this.
It was a good film.
Good film. Some interesting scenes. It was a good film.
Murder on the Dance Floor and all that.
Yeah.
Really revitalized that song. I feel. I think I watched this on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Yeah, how sweet.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much of it, to be honest. It was
a romance movie. Boom.
I'll put it next to Gladiator as a forgettable. Maybe I should move those down to C, actually. As forgettable.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they weren't good enough to remember, they weren't good enough to be in beta.
Fair. Now, Poor Things. That was a damn good film. Have you seen Poor Things?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was a good film. Argylle is apparently the worst performing film of the year.
Oh.
The film that lost the most amount of money at the box office.
I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's an achievement. Surely we've got to reward it for that.
By putting it in its own separate terrible tier.
All I remember about this film was that Dua Lipa was in it. But it wasn't terrible, you know?
Yeah.
And this is a cowboy film that I don't remember at all.
Well, you know, cowboys are great, I'm just saying.
I think it was better than those films, though.
How was it?
It was good. It was really confusing, though. we went there and we really didn't know what we were watching. We knew it was Les Mis, but we didn't know if it was the movie or if it was like a recording of the production of the stage show.
Oh.
I'm gonna put that at the top of B.
Fair enough.
The next film, Wicked Little Letters, was a good film. I really liked this one. It was very funny. It is based on a true story. I'm gonna put it in A tier, just above Mean Girls. It was a good film.
It was pretty good.
I fell asleep during it.
Oh?
The only time I've ever fallen asleep at the cinema was in Dune Part 2.
Seriously?
Yeah, I quite liked the first one as well, but the second one, I don't know what it was. It just
Oh, I thought the first one was more boring. Well, dang.
yeah. So I guess it can go to the bottom of B.
Oh.
A short film from across the Spider-Verse. You know, Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It was pretty good from what I remember. Next up was The Boy and the Heron. Now that was a good film. It's up there with Poor Things, you know. It was weird. Studio Ghibli, of course, it's weird. You know, there was a lot going on. So yeah, I'm gonna put it up there. Next up is, oh my god, Moulin Rouge. What a fucking film. That is, as far as musicals go, I think that's gotta be my favourite musical. It's amazing. I went to see this at an art gallery in London. Went all the way to London to go see this. It was pretty good. You can get and sit and beat it. Now, we're on to films I watched on the plane flying to and from Washington, D.C. So first up, it looks like Theatre Camp, which was alright. Next up was Dumb Money, which was quite a funny film about the GameStop stocks. It was a good film. I would say I liked it more than Theatre Camp. Bad Guys. That was a really good film. I liked The Bad Guys. It was just a fun ride, you know, and The Holdovers. I mean, wasn't that an Oscar winner? Like, that's a damn good film. These next two films, I specifically watched them because they were nominated for Oscars. These are two short films. They were both nominated for Oscars. The first one, which you can't really see that well, was called Sales Per Minute or Sales Per Hour, something like that. And it was forgettable. Like, really forgettable. I cannot remember anything. The next one, though, 95 Senses. That was a really good film. It was... I don't want to spoil it, because it is worth a watch. If you can find a platform to watch this film on, I 100% recommend it. It's only a short film. Doesn't take long. It's such a shock to the system. This was a good film. Next is Godzilla x Kong: A New Empire. I went into this film feeling kind of cynical. My expectations were low, and the film surpassed them. It was a pretty decent film. Seize Them. Which was a pretty funny film, a British comedy, but I mostly went to see it because it had Nick Frost in it. It was nothing special, just a bit of fun. Fall Guy. Fall Guy was fun. I liked Fall Guy. It was a good fun ride. Lisa Frankenstein was another bizarre one. It was fun. It was kooky. There was a lot going on in it. I really liked it. So I'm going to put that in A tier. But I did like the performance. It was pretty good. I'll put it about there. Drive Away Dolls, directed by, I want to say Ethan Coen. I loved it. It's gay, it's lesbian, and it's funny. Put it about there. I mean, look at the poster for that. Another lesbian film. Another very sapphic film. But overall, a really good film. I went to a really comfortable cinema to watch it in. And I was like one of the only people in there. So, you know, it was a good experience. I liked it. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, actually. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It was just a fun ride. It was really good. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. This is another amazing road trip film. You know, 2 drag queens and a trans woman go on a road trip across Australia. It's basically the plot of the film. There are some uncomfortable jokes that don't age too well. However, the portrayal of the trans woman is very sympathetic. It's a nice film. I'm going to put it in A tier. I really liked it. It really feels like they did that just to avoid any political commentary. They set it in the future and they kept it vague. You know? Like they just didn't want to say anything. And I'm sure everyone remembers the marketing for this film. It was a tennis romance, blah blah blah. American Fiction, though, another Oscar nominee. It was a really odd film, but I really did like it. I think I prefer The Old Oak to I, Daniel Blake, if only because it has a more hopeful ending. Next up is The World's End. We're back to Edgar Wright. I did say we would be. It is so hard to rank these 3 films, the Cornetto Trilogy, because they come as a trilogy, you know? They work together so well. I feel like I can't put anything in between them. I have to put them together. I think Hot Fuzz is my favourite.
Yeah.
And then I really did like The World's End, but I think Shaun of the Dead does have the edge on it. Next up is I, Daniel Blake, which is, I was just talking about this earlier, Jeremy Corbyn. Do you know him?
Doesn't he play that, like, chef in that new movie? That is not who I was thinking.
He shouted this movie out in Parliament. I'm gonna put it below the other one, The Old Oak. Yeah, is this the first Marvel movie on the list? There's a lot more to come. I'm gonna put it at the top of B. Sightseers. I like Sightseers. It's funny. It's up there. Next is Pan's Labyrinth. Another really good film. It's very fantastical, but there's also a lot of realism going on.
It's very fantastical with a lot of realism.
Yeah, it's a fantasy realist film. That is a genre of film.
I don't understand it, but okay.
This one. House of Flying Daggers. It is not a good film.
Oh.
It is bad. It is really bad. The story is awful. It's a mess. It's nonsensical. Next up is Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. Yeah, the film isn't that great. I'm gonna put it above House of Flying Daggers, but it's not very good. This one though, Do the Right Thing. Now that's a good film. It's angry in a fun way. I'll put it in A tier. This is another fantasy realist film, similar to Pan's Labyrinth, but with a lot less fantasy. Yeah, I recommend watching it if you have the time. Yeah. Next up is Inception, another very famous film by Christopher Nolan. I feel like the more I learned about the film, the less I liked it. But I think I enjoyed it enough on the first watch to put it in B. Don't have too much to say about it. It was alright. It was another one that's just, it was alright. I'm gonna put it about there. But now we're getting into the really odd one. We've got Timecode. Yeah.
Interesting.
Stories We Tell.
Mm.
This is directed by Sarah Polley, and it's a Canadian documentary about her family. This is hard to do. I'm not very critical, so... Okay, my criticism of Lego Batman. The DVD I bought wasn't very good and kept skipping bits. There. Bad film because the DVD was broken. Go D. No, but in all seriousness, Lego Batman is a good film. It's funny. It's crazy. It's everything you want it to be. The next film is Detective Pikachu. Love Pikachu. I don't actually love Pikachu that much, but I love Pokemon.
You love Pokemon.
And seeing them come to life in a photorealistic way, that was just awesome. It was just a really fun film. The Avengers, the first one. What can I say? Everyone knows the Avengers. It's a Marvel film. You'll know. It's action. It's funny. It's Avengers. I'm not gonna spoil the film, but I will say, when it came to the big reveal, my mum and I just burst out laughing. This is a goofy ass film, but tonally it's very confusing. There's just a lot of interesting imagery and stuff going on. Yeah, I'll put that in A tier. Another John Krasinski film. 2 in a row. I didn't even do that on purpose. That was a film that happened. I'm also going to put Inside Out 2 right next to it, because I don't remember that film at all.
It's, again, one of those things that I've heard of, but know nothing about.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was hated.
Ooh.
This was a film about a pregnant woman whose fetus ordered her to murder people.
Okay. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm putting it in B tier. Pokemon, Secrets of the Jungle.
Yo, Pokemon.
This is another one where I am very much biased and overlooking faults because it's
Pokemon.
You know, it's sort of nostalgic for me. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Was the first one Dr. Octopus?
I have no clue. Yeah.
I'll put the first one above Avengers. I'll put the second one just below it. And I'll put the third one, like, over here somewhere. What the hell happened in the first one? Lizard! The lizard was the first one.
Oh.
I think I like the second one more.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm sort of regretting putting all the Spider-Man and X-Men films on here now. First one. That's a good film.
Yeah.
Fuck the director, of course, but
I don't know
that
who
was a
the
good
director
film.
is.
X2, I don't remember that one, so that's what. Oh fuck. Anyone there? That's the one with Nightcrawler in it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler was so good in that film. I love that Nightcrawler. So I'm gonna put that up there. Not nearly as good.
Yeah.
It's They got rid of Nightcrawler for that one. I think that's where the movie really went wrong.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That can go on Spider-Man 3.
Oh, no, they should have had Nightcrawler.
I've heard a lot of people really like this film.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was alright. I didn't love it. Right there, in between Spider-Man and Avengers. I like Days of Future Past a lot. I really like that film. I'm gonna put that one above X2. And here come the flops. Here come the flops.
Oh, no.
X-Men Apocalypse. You can go above Inception. This is the bad one. This is the schlocky action film without much substance. There you go. You can live there. Nice little home for you. This one is a bit better. Not an amazing film, but it's better for sure. Yeah, you can go. Godzilla vs Kong was better than that. Now we're on for a winning streak here.
Yes.
We've got a Logan.
Logan was amazing, but heartbreaking.
That's got to be an S tier, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it
Easily.
just below the Cornetto Trilogy. Next up, we've got Deadpool. These films are so hard to separate from each other. You know, same as the Cornetto Trilogy.
Yeah.
I think these three are really hard to arrange. I will say, controversial opinion, I prefer 2 over 1.
I respect that decision, actually.
It is controversial, but
Who cares? It's an opinion.
yeah. Now, I haven't really had to think. I've never really thought about where I put Deadpool and Wolverine compared to those.
Yeah.
I know it was a very divisive film.
I kind of have a
I
bias
really liked it.
because of Hugh Jackman.
The question is, did we
think
like it
Wolverine.
more than 1 and 2?
See, that's the thing. I just think they're all so great, you know?
I think I'm going to put it above them. We've got the best film ever fucking made right next. So
is
like,
it Alien?
yeah. So, you know, straight to the top of S tier with that one. In the lead up to Alien Romulus, I watched every single Alien film except for Alien vs Predator Requiem. I don't know how I managed to do this with both Alien and X-Men, where I just missed one film. Next is Aliens, which was good. Still an S tier film.
But not as good as Alien.
No, not at all. I'm going to put it above the Deadpools. The theatrical cut, from what I've heard, is bad. But I watched the special edition. I'm going to put it about here, just above Godzilla x Kong. I would say I liked it more than Origins Wolverine. I think they are pretty good standalone films. But I really do not like what they did to the Alien lore.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put them just barely above Alien Cubed. Now we finally got the return to form. Alien Romulus. Oh my god, finally a good fucking film.
Yeah.
It was a schlocky action film. It was fun.
Yeah.
You know. The next film is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it. I quite enjoyed it, and it was apparently a big step up from the first one.
Yeah.
I did quite like the second one. I'm gonna put it about... This is another sort of John Wick-esque film,
Yeah.
but it's got trans women in it, therefore it's superior. I'm willing to put it in A tier. I have a sort of bias with this one, because the vibes when I watched this film were immaculate. I watched this film, Fly Me to the Moon, in an open-air cinema in Greece.
Oh, fancy.
It was cute, it was fun. I'm putting it in A tier. Now, the next film I watched on the plane coming home from Greece. And that is Beetlejuice.
Yo.
Hell yeah, baby. A banging film. I can't lie. I watched the sequel. I think it might have even been the next day. To be honest, it wasn't long after. Good. It wasn't as good. By any means. It was complicated. You know, it had a lot going on. There. Next up, we've got Joker, Folie à Doudou.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't hate it. Put it above Inception. I think a lot of people will hate me for that. Will and Harper. Have you heard of that?
Not at all.
It is a documentary about Will Ferrell and one of his oldest friends, Harper Lee, a trans woman, going on a road trip. It was cute. I like it. Here we've got another S tier. The Wild Robot.
Yeah.
This is going up there. God, it's just... I can't think of this film without thinking of TF1 Hype Guy on Twitter. The guy who carried this film's marketing on his back. It was a good film. I'm putting it in A tier. I think it holds up quality-wise. However, it is by no means a top tier. I'm going to put it above Prometheus. Also by Jon Carpenter, we've got The Thing. This one, I think, is a lot better. I think this is an A tier. I appreciate what the first one was going for. It's not my cup of tea, but I'll put it about there. And then I didn't care for the second one. The Fly.
Yo, 10 out of 10.
This was a really good film. Right next to The Thing. This was another really weird film. It's a really interesting watch. I really recommend this film. I'll put it above Quiet Place. Little Shop of Horrors.
Hey!
Anyway, I think this is a strong film. I'll put it at the bottom of A.
Oh, is that Hellraiser I see?
Oh, it is indeed. The first two were very strong and work really well together as a duology. So I'm going to put these two in A. Pinhead's character is just so different. It's like...
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's the same character. And I'm going to put the third one in B. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hey. Is that Leatherface?
It's Leatherface, yeah. Leatherface is the OG.
That makes it better.
There. That is Ring, or Ringu.
Ah.
Another really good film. I'm going to put it right next to Texas Chainsaw. It was good. I liked it. It wasn't my favourite, I would say. I'm going to put it just above Halloween, I think.
What's this one?
Scream. I think we've got an S tier here. I think we've got another S tier here. I'd say this is an A tier. Put it there.
Wait, which is the one with Matthew Lillard in it?
The first one.
Good.
I'll put it next to the second one. I'm going to put him below Halloween. I wasn't super keen on it. And next
Terrifier.
up, we've got this fuckface.
I know you're not fond of him, but I quite liked Terrifier. Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you did there.
Babadook. But yeah, I think this is a pretty strong film. I'll put it above Child's Play. It was good. I really liked it. Lots of good things to say. It was a Donald Trump biopic.
Oh. Is it with Pedro Pascal?
There's a lot of Pedro Pascal on this tier list.
I love Pedro Pascal.
He's been in a lot of films this year. It was the exact same as the first one, but with a bigger budget. It can go above Joker, Folie à Doudou. Next, now we've got Peak. We've got Peak. We've got A Nonsense Christmas by Sabrina Carpenter. Had a good time. I'm putting it next to Moulin Rouge. The most memorable part of this film was seeing all of the concept art for different venomized animals in the end credits.
Oh.
I loved it. Purely because of the credits, I'm moving it up here. It was boring. God, it was mind-numbingly boring. I can go above sunrise. What is this feeling? I don't know it that well. Was definitely not my favourite film, but I would put it below Les Mis. This is Night at the Museum 3. Anyway, this was like I put it with next to Caesar.
It's double Jim Carrey.
True, the more the merrier.
Exactly.
I mean, this is an A-tier film. That is the Feathers McGraw one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what a film. Not as good, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it there.
I really liked Avengers Most Foul.
It was good. I loved. What a film. That can go right next to that one.
We did it!
We did it. We got through them all. Woo! Aren't you glad?